Climbing the ladder and falling off is a risk. This plane is a hazard. Flying the plane in a thunderstorm and crashing is a risk. This hammer is a hazard. Using it and injuring oneself is a risk. Okay, so now we understand the difference between a hazard and a risk. How then do we assess the specific risk that a hazard poses? First, we assess how likely it is that someone will be exposed to the hazard. The likelihood will depend upon the probability and the frequency of exposure to a hazard. We also assess the likely outcome, the severity or range of the potential consequences resulting from the hazard. An example, the hazard in this case is our poisonous black spider, contained in a closed jar. Rating the hazard, the spider, against the severity and probability scale, we'd most likely say the risk of harm to the person is minor and remote. Change the circumstances and the poisonous spider is outside the jar, we change the risk rating to probable and imminent danger. See you next time.
Good evening, all of you. Okay, already we discussed about last class yesterday. We discussed a lot of things and also how they will do the first aid. All the things we are discussed. And today one student is absent. Okay, and also the Elvis already he know everything about this fourth element. Okay, and if you have any disturbance and if you have any problem, please inform me. Okay, already I'm in screen sharing mode now. Okay, this fourth the element already we discussed these all points. Okay, objectives and also smarter and the principle and practice of risk assessment, reasonable, the practicability. And here I already the because here reasonable, the practicability we will check here. These are the very important one. Okay, hazard and the risk, the very important, and the most of the times this question came in your the previous examinations. Okay, the hazard indicates something with the potential, something with the potential to cause harm. Okay, this is very good definition. And the already I played the one video also. What is hazard, what is risk? Okay, I once again I will explain you. For example, a risk, the likelihood that a hazard will cause harm, likelihood linked with severity. Okay, first of all, what is hazard? Hazard is simply nothing but the hazard indicates, or the examples are the hazard. For example, the hammer is the one of the hazard. Okay, the equipments all are under category of the hazard, nothing but simply the equipments. Okay, means the cause of the equipment by using now this risk is happening. Therefore, example, for example, the ladder is the one of the hazard. Okay, and maybe in case of the hammer is the one of the hazard. Okay, and the knife is the one of the hazard. Okay, for example, a risk is nothing but by using, for example, knife. Okay, unfortunately cut the finger. Okay, unfortunately cut the finger. Therefore, this is known as the risk. Okay, nothing but the consequences, simply nothing but. The risk is nothing but the likelihood that a hazard will cause harm, likelihood linked with the severity. Therefore, by if you work with a knife, unfortunately you cut your finger, means this cutting, the finger is known as the risk. Okay, if you using ladder, okay, unfortunately you fallen from the ladder, okay, then maybe head may be broken. Okay, this is by using this ladder, the risk is happening. Okay, the hazards are nothing but the hazards are simply the something with the potential to cause harm. These examples are the ladder, okay, hammer, knife, okay, car, etc. These are all. Risk is nothing but the likelihood that a hazard will cause harm, likelihood linked with the severity. The risks are simply the fallen, okay, cuts, okay, these are the under category of the examples of the risk. Okay, and here the whole group activity, this is 5 minutes already we discussed these things. Okay, the hazards, different types of hazards: physical hazards, chemical hazards, biological hazards, ergonomic hazards, okay, psychological hazards. Okay, physical is under category electricity, noise, vibration, radiation, machinery. Chemical means example mercury, the solvents, the carbon monoxide. Biological nothing but, okay, legionella, the bacteria, hepatitis, the B, okay, and also the different the diseases. Now the coronavirus, HIV, these are under category of the biological hazards. Okay, ergonomic. Ergonomic is the example, the manual handling, some of the repetitive tasks. Okay, these are the ergonomic. Okay, ergonomics is nothing but the one of the study of the capabilities of the worker. Okay, the psychological, this is the psychological problems, means simply the mental problems. These are the stress, violence, okay, and tiredness. These are the under category of the psychological problems. Okay, hazards, then mainly the five types of hazards are there: physical hazards, chemical hazards, biological, ergonomic, and psychological. Okay, and risk assessment, this is very very important. And also this risk assessment is used in your IG2 also, means this the practical exam. Okay, this practical exam, everything only under the this risk assessment process. This is very very important. Risk assessment. Okay, how they will do the risk assessment, I will tell you, explain you. And here IG1 location also, this is useful. And same the IG2 location also, this risk assessment is useful. Okay, you learn here the enough, no need to, because here only cover this one. Okay, this the risk assessment. And the IG2 also, the simply the risk assessment, that the title also IG2 risk assessment. What is the risk assessment and why is it needed? Okay, first I will explain you, after I will show one the one I play one video also, then you learn some the information. Okay, automatically you know it easily. Okay, risk assessment form is there. Okay, the risk assessment form. In this risk assessment form, for example, department, which department risk assessment is done. For example, one big site is there. In this big site location, we are establishing some ACs, for example, or chillers, or we are establishing the top side of the roof of the top of our buildings. Okay, then the visit the team, particular team. Okay, the manager and supervisors. Okay, some other foremen are visit the site. Okay, then they consider the what is the problems here, how they will do the work. Then they done the some risk assessment. Therefore, the risk assessment at a starting only do the risk assessment. Okay, how they will do it. Okay, whatever the problems. These are the under the this risk assessment point of view. The first here, the risk assessment, the first department, for example, the AC, the installation department. For example, if you consider AC installation, for example, RA leader, something Muhammad is the one of the leader. For example, here the RA members, here the leader is only one leader and more number of the members are available here, 5 members or 10 or 20, whatever it may be, they are mentioned it here, their names also here. Okay, and process, the activity location. For example, The which location? Maybe the 10th floor location, for example. We mentioned that the process where the activities that done also here. Okay. And next, the other thing here, the original assessment date. For example, today is the, for example, 20th, for example, 26 something 20. Okay, this is the assessment date. Last review date, maybe the 10 5 20 something, last month or maybe last year something, last review date. And also next review date also, maybe some 27 something, 27 20. Okay, this way here fill the form, risk assessment form. Okay, risk assessment form, here fill it here this manner. And also the RA members names also we are mentioned here. The here the possibility they are given is 5. We are increase it, no problem. Approved by signature. Who is the authorized person? The because that person's the signature and also name and also the designation. Maybe office superintendent, maybe the manager, maybe the safety person, and also this each form have the some reference number. For example, 20 6 and 20, this is the date. Some reference number is taken as, for example, 2020, some are 2001 something, the number is there, for example. This is the reference number, for example. We are directly, we are assess easily. Okay, next one is the hazard identification. What type of hazard is identified? For example, that location, the maybe the basement is problem something. Okay, then we are identify the activity. Okay, what is the hazard? The identified here. Possible injury. For example, cut fingers or maybe in case of fallens. There everything is mentioned here. Ill health all. Okay, existing risk control. Okay, any previously any risk control is there. Check it automatically. Okay, and also here SL, because here the some location the severity and likelihood is indicates severity and likelihood. Okay, what is the severity, what is the likelihood? Maybe after this class you know it some the information automatically. And also this is very important also, the RPN number. This is the risk priority number, because a risk priority number or RPN is a numeric assessment of risk assigned to process or steps in a process as a part of the failure modes and effects analysis. This is failure modes, effects and analysis. This is FMEA, because here this is used the risk priority number, because some of the risks are the very high risk. We give the some the numbers. Okay, for example, the 15 we are given. For example, this is the this like here. This priorities 25 means high risk, like here the risk priority number. For example, 10 is providing. Okay, this is the minor one. Okay, 15 means some the danger situation. Okay, number 2 risk priority number. Okay, no problem. This like risk priority, and also any additional risk controls you are considered. For example, need maybe gloves or something like here. These are the risk evaluation. After that, this is the process risk control point of view. Risk control point of view, additional risk controls you are taken, and also what is the severity, what is the likelihood. And I will also explain about the what is the severity, what is the likelihood. Okay, and who is the responsible person? Maybe supervisor, maybe foreman, something the responsible person. And due date, when you finish that the problem, maybe risk factor, the how they will overcome, and any remarks. This manner you had mentioned: hazard identification, risk evaluation, risk control. Then only risk control means automatically, for example, no fencing. For example, one building is there, the building this side no fencing is there, then the maybe the visiting team, risk assessment team is visit the site. Okay, here shortfalls identified or no fencing, then identified here, then a risk evaluation is done and a risk control, then after you are arrange the fencing the properly. Okay, then they are start the work. Okay, therefore when you finish this fencing, the due days, then after maybe for example they are provide maybe 25 something, for example. Yes, just one voice is coming here, will just Okay, here the we are identified the due date. Okay, within the due date we finish the work. Okay, this is the risk assessment form. In this risk assessment form, the RA is there. Okay, RA nothing but risk assessment. RA nothing but the risk assessment matrix. Okay, this is a matrix shape, that's why the matrix wise this one. Okay, this is known as the risk assessment matrix. Okay, I will explain you how they will do the risk assessment matrix. Okay, the first one, risk assessment matrix. Maybe previous classes also we explain about this risk assessment matrix, main things also. Okay, and here the one thing I will tell you. First of all, what is the severity? Okay, or what is the likelihood? The severity nothing but another name is known as the consequences. Simply the consequences. Okay, severity or consequences. Okay, severity is nothing but the seriousness. How much seriousness? Okay, how much danger? How much intensity? That is indicates the severity. Likelihood means chances. Okay, for example, the maybe the cut the finger. How many chances are there? This is known as the likelihood. Severity nothing but how much serious is there. For example, only cut the finger, or in case of entire body may be cut, maybe entire hand may be cut. This like here severity, seriousness. Okay, danger, intensity. Okay, here likelihood means likelihood equal to chances. Okay, means how many times happening. This is nothing but the chances. Okay, likelihood means chances. Okay, and the severity means consequences, or another name also known as the consequences, or the seriousness. For example, seriousness, or how much danger. Seriousness, or how much danger, or how much intensity, or how much of the maybe hazard happening. How much means the how the much the problem happening. Maybe in case of the how much seriousness is there, that the wound. This is we know as the severity. Okay, this explain RA matrix is both severity and likelihood. The severity, if negligible means, that is the indicates one. Negligible means some small maybe maybe the small cut, or maybe something is hits on the maybe our finger, something like that is negligible ones. And some of the negligible ones is considered the gave the just the risk, the priority number is just only one is given, and minor the incident nothing but small incidents. Okay, the minor, but don't consider, but that is the minor one. This is minor. Okay, this is gives the seriousness is 2. Moderate is means the 50%, maybe some of the one finger is cut. This is the moderate one. Okay, major means maybe one hand, but the catastrophic means maybe the hospitalized nearly 1 month or 5 months, or maybe deaths also. Okay, this is under category of the catastrophic, means very high danger situation. This is known as the severities point of view. The likelihood means the chances. Okay, rarely happening. Rarely means maybe the maybe 10 100 days maybe one time happening, that is the rarely. Chances remotely happening, maybe the RPN number is just only 2. The occasionally happening, maybe the moderate manner. The likelihood, chances, occasionally the chance, maybe this cuts something fallen is happening, this is occasional, the number is the 3. Frequently happening, this is the 4. Almost certain, this is very dangerous, this is very high dangerous. These are the almost certain. Okay, more chances means more times happening, this is almost certain. This is known as the 5. Therefore here the almost certain means many times, many chances, for example this happening, and also very high dangerous consequences, very serious. This is almost certain and catastrophic. This 5 into 5 nothing but 25. This is the value is 25. 25 means very high danger. This is the risk is very high. This is risk matrix indicates this red symbols. Okay, this red indicates this. We got the maybe risk assessment matrix. We got the RPN number, risk priority number. We got it maybe 25, 20, or maybe the for example 5 into 3 15. the 15, 16, 20, the numbers are very, very dangerous numbers. That's why they are arranged here red mark. Okay, this is maybe the very high dangerous, but in case of this green indicates no problem here, means up to 3 is no problem, or below 4 also no problem. Okay, below 5 also no problem. This is a moderate one, but mostly companies above 10 is considered the evil location. Above 10 is the medium to high risk. That's why the need of our the health and safety officers. Why? Because the risk assessment matrix point of view, if this risk priority number, this is a number is decreasing, that is the best. Okay, the risk assessment is 25 means very high danger, that automatically maybe the company may be close it automatically. Therefore the likelihood is nothing but the chances, severity nothing but the seriousness or danger or intensity. Okay, I will show the one video. Okay, then you know it automatically, something you know it easily. Okay, just I will stop my sharing here, just 1 second. I will play the video. Just 1 second. I will play my video. Right.
Welcome to
Please
this
watch.
video on risk. We're going to have a look at what risk is and take a look at how to use a risk matrix. First of all, what is risk? Now, if you think about it, life is full of risks. From the time we wake up to the time we go to sleep, and even in between. For example, there are risks associated with breathing. Did you know that air pollution causes about 7 million deaths each year? There are risks associated with eating. Foodborne illness causes about 420,000 deaths each year. And then there's traveling. Road accidents cause over 3,000 deaths each day. In fact, every day we have to make constant decisions about the risks we face. Now, there are situations in which we need to know what the risk is from certain events so that appropriate action can be taken. For example, what's the risk to health from a new influenza virus, an industrial chemical accident, or a bushfire? But first, what exactly is risk? Risk can mean different things to different people and in different contexts. But in very simple terms, risk can be thought of as the product of how likely someone is to be exposed to something bad, a hazard, and the consequence, which is how bad the outcome will be. Let's have a look at an example. Say you have to cross a road, and you're trying to figure out what the risk associated with this is. Let's take a look at some different scenarios. In the first scenario, our hazard is a bicycle. Let's assume there are only bicycles allowed on this road. Let's also assume that the road is not that busy and there's only one bicycle every 5 minutes on that road. Now, because bicycles don't go on that road very often, the likelihood of the bicycle crashing into you is low, right? If the bicycle does crash into you, the consequence of that would be relatively low, wouldn't it? So in this scenario, the likelihood and the consequence are both low. Therefore, the overall risk is low. Now obviously, if there are bicycles traveling more frequently, the likelihood of a crash would be higher, but the consequence, if a bicycle did crash into you, would still be low. But what if things were different? Let's change that bicycle to a truck. Now with a truck passing every 5 minutes, the likelihood of a crash would still be low. However, the consequence is far more severe. Now, imagine if it was a busy truck route and trucks were going on this road very frequently. In this scenario, both the likelihood of a crash and the consequence will be high, which means that the overall risk would be high. You wouldn't even consider crossing this road, right? A simple way of visualizing this and figuring out the overall level of risk is by using a risk matrix. In a risk matrix, information about consequence and likelihood can be used to determine the overall level of risk. Let's have a look at a simple risk matrix. A risk matrix is basically a table or grid with a measure of likelihood on one side and consequence on the other, graded from low to high. The combination of the two, which is the overall level of risk, can be categorized as low, medium, or high and color-coded. So let's get back to our example. In the scenario in which there are bikes traveling very infrequently, the likelihood is low and the consequence is low. Therefore, the overall risk is low. When there are more bikes, the likelihood is high, but the consequence is still low, and therefore the overall risk is medium. Let's consider the truck now. In the scenario where trucks are infrequent, the likelihood of a crash is low, but the consequence is high. The overall risk is medium. And if it's a busy truck route, the likelihood and consequence are both high, and therefore the overall risk is high. So that's how a risk matrix can be used to determine the overall level of risk using an assessment of likelihood and consequence. There are many different types of matrices in use with varying degrees of complexity. They can have many categories and different grades of risk. They may also have different ways of defining categories of likelihood and consequence. For example, a high likelihood may mean that it's expected to occur in most circumstances, and a low likelihood may mean that it may occur only very rarely, such as once in 100 years. With consequence, a high consequence may mean multiple deaths, and a low consequence may mean only minor injuries. So, the risk matrix and the categories that are used can vary, and therefore should be relevant to the situation and context in which the risk assessment is done. Regardless of this, risk matrices follow the same principle. Although risk matrices have their limitations, such as being subjective, not being consistently interpreted, and not taking time frames into consideration, they are a useful and practical tool to categorize risk. And that's an introduction to risk and how to use and interpret a risk matrix.
Okay, I will, the once again I explain here. I will start here. Right. Okay, already risk assessment form, and also I will once again I will explain you some other location also. Okay, here the objectives of risk assessment. This is mainly the objective is the prevention purpose. Okay, prevent death and personal injuries. Okay, and also if you have any other type of losses in case of any due to the incidents. Okay, and prevent them, and also the breaches of that statute law which might lead to enforcement action and prosecution. For example, in case of in Dubai labor law is there. If anything happening, okay, and maybe the enforcement actions are taken by the government. Therefore, how do we prevent this type of the enforcement actions, okay, and prosecutions? And also the direct and indirect costs that follow on from accidents. Okay, if one simple accident is happening means the consequences are more automatically. Okay, means the death, maybe personal injuries, maybe the some of the items are maybe the broken, okay, not working, and also government take the some punishments on maybe some enforcement actions. Okay, and also the direct and indirect costs. Okay, the different costs are there, direct cost and indirect costs. Some of the insured costs are there, some of the uninsured costs are there. Therefore this one you preventing by using this risk assessment. Okay, the objective of risk assessment, the prevent these all. Okay, and the types of incidents. Okay, a lot of incidents are available. For example, accident, okay, injury, accident, Okay, accident is simple the happening, and also the very big the injury. Okay, that's why that is the injury accident. Accident is simple thing. Okay, but nothing is happening. But the injury accident means some injury happening. Okay, damage only accident. Okay, the full damage, but the no harm for in case of any the human being. Only some of the items only may be damaged. Okay, and also near miss. I will show the maybe diagram also near miss, and also dangerous occurrences. Okay, and the work related ill health. These are the types of incidents. Okay, next one, the relationship between the incident types here. This is the hazard. Hazard is indicates something the brakes, ladder, knife, okay, and helm, hammer. These are all are the hazards. Okay, for example, they are keep here the bricks here. For example, here think it here. For example, they are keep here some bricks here this manner. Okay, the bricks. Unfortunately, maybe two bricks the fallen here this manner. Okay, and also third one also here this like here, but this guy is miss here, therefore this is known as near miss. Okay, originally the risk maybe the happening, the risk maybe or maybe the injury is happening, but unfortunately this guy is missed. This is known as the near miss. Okay, and but here for example this guy is automatically his hits these maybe the fallen these bricks hits his head maybe and the entire maybe body, automatically some injury is happening. This is known as the injury. This is a lucky guy, miss near miss. This is known as a hazard. Okay, hazard is simply nothing but all ladders, okay, knife, hammer, brake, these are all are the hazards. Okay, these are all are known as the risks. Okay, this fallen maybe this guy, this is maybe risk is happening here, this is injured, but this is known as the near miss, nothing is happening. Okay, this is known as the relationship between the incident types. Okay, the accident ratio, this is the frank board accident triangle. The frank board one of the principle is the introducing this concept is known as the frank board accident triangle. What this accident ratio explains, for example, for every one serious injury, if you consider one serious injury, there are the 10 minor injuries are there automatically. For example, one serious injury means automatically that location 10 minor injuries happening, and that location nearly the 30 damages are there, maybe in case of any breaks or maybe the machinery something anything, the 30 damages only, and that location nearly the 600 the incident happening. Incident nothing but minor accidents, simply the incidents only, not the accidents, the incidents. Okay, the 600 incident happening means one serious injury is indicates the nearly the 10 minor injuries and 30 damage only, and 600 incidents means simply this accident ratios is explained simply. For example, one classroom, for example, okay, 10 students are there means the students are very toppers. Okay, another maybe 4 students are maybe the average students, this like here, maybe another 2 students maybe the irregular students, and 2 students maybe the failed students, this like here. Okay, this way same here accident the ratios, for every one serious injury there are 10 minor injuries and 30 the damage only, the 600 incidents happening. Okay, this is the 5 steps to risk assessment. The first, the total the 5 steps. First we identify the hazard. Okay, identify hazard means any ladder is there, maybe the knife is there, hammer is there, this like identify the hazard. And step 2, identify the people who might be harmed and how. For example, construction location, construction location, maybe those people are using maybe hammer. Okay, this hammer, who is working under this by using this hammer or maybe this near side, they think it how many people, maybe 5 people are working. Okay, identify the people who might be harmed and how. And step 3, evaluate the risk and decide on precautions. For example, who are harmed here, then we take the precautions. Okay, we send to the some other location, or maybe everybody wear the helmets. This way we are taking the evaluate the risk and decide on precautions. And if you have any the findings, if you found here, then record the significant findings also. And also if any the shortfalls are there, the finally review it, update as necessary. Okay, if you update, if you have any necessary, for example, some location the electrical socket is problem, then maybe rectify it, or you are not rectified, maybe shortfalls, you are record it and after review it and update this process. This is known as the 5 steps to risk assessment. Then automatically we decrease the risks. Okay, risk is nothing but the product of the risk equal to the product of likelihood and into the severity. Severity nothing but consequences. Okay, the risk equal to likelihood multiplied with the severity. Okay, and the step 1, identify the hazards. Okay, the safety point of view, the physical injury and health point of view, occupational disease or health point of view. Okay, these are the physical injury point of view, these are the safety point. Identify the hazards, these are the slips, trips, falls, falling objects, the collisions, maybe the one vehicle collisions. Okay, trapping, crushing. Okay, some maybe automatically cut the maybe finger something, electricity, transport, chemicals, droning nothing but maybe the sink in the water automatically. For example, this water tub, automatical sink, this is not a droning. And asphyxiation, nothing but okay, the lack of oxygen. Okay, and also the fire, explosion, and due to the animals also they create the injuries automatically, animal hit, automatically injury happening. And violence, maybe the fighting, some the violence is happening, some of the crowd. These are the things, these are the safety point of view, the physical injuries. Health point of view, occupational disease or ill health, these are the different the hazards are there, physical, chemical hazards, biological, ergonomic, psychological, you know it. Okay, less than 1 minute is remain, and also I will send you the link also, once again I will send you. Okay, or I stop the class or you continue the class session, you all of you please the inform me another 15-20 minutes remaining. I will send you the new link also because already 15 minutes completed. Okay, I will send you the link. Okay, all of you please. I will send you within 1 minute. Okay, I will send you the link, right?
Go dumper coming in from your left hand side.
Okay, Frank, I see you.
Okay, 2 all clear now. Thank you.
Okay, step 1, identify the hazards. Already safety, the physical injuries, already we discussed it all. And also health point of view, occupational disease or ill health, the physical, the diseases, chemical or hazards or diseases, biological, ergonomic and psychological. Okay, and the hazard identification, this is very important. Hazard identification, task analysis. For example, analyze the job competence the before the job starts. For example, he is suitable or not. For example, this guy is the using with maybe the one the saw. Okay, he cut the this maybe wood here. Okay, and he is suitable or not. How do we cut this one? Because what type of task? Okay, which way do the particular job? This everything you are considered. Therefore, analyzes job components before the job starts, and also the legislation, because the legal point of view, because the government point of view, in case of here how the way the work here. Okay, use maybe the safety shoe. Okay, mandatory here, wear it, and also the maybe this jacket, maybe the dress code, maintain it, and also the blouses. These are the mandatory things. Therefore, they are follow it, and also working timings, and also the guidance documents, and also the maintain the proper standards. These are all of the legislation, the point of view. Next one, manufacturers information also. For example, this saw. Okay, how they will touch. For example, he maybe use his hand. If you touch this saw location, means automatically cut his the hand also. Okay, therefore the manufacturer's information also very important, means safe use. Okay, maintenance, and also the proper cleaning. Okay, and saw every time is maybe the clean the saw, the very important. And also the power connections, these are the manufacturer's information. You follow the properly the manufacturer's information. And the incident data, maybe the any the before any accidents happening. Okay, near misses, ill health, and also the before happened or maybe now also, you are just only the just the report it, and also the record the all. This is the incident data. Okay, the accident, the reports or near misses or any ill health problems, this everything is mentioned. These are the hazard identification. Okay, and task analysis, this is the threadim. This is one of the task analysis there, because this manner you are remembering. Okay, threadim, SREDIM. SREDIM indicates threadim. Okay, S nothing but select the task, record the stages of the task, means one by one. Okay, how they will do the work one by one, systematic manner. The first, maybe open the maybe the door. Okay, after by using the screwdriver. Okay, remove the this manner one by one, systematic manner. Select the task, record the stages of the task, evaluate the risks associated with each stage. Okay, and also the very important, develop the safe system of work or safe the working method, and also implement the safe working method also, implement it. Okay, first you develop it. Okay, according to your the process is done. Okay, and monitor finally to ensure effectiveness, because the work is the progressively or not, and also the work is done the properly or not, we are monitor it. These are the task analysis point of view. The 3D, select the task, record the stages, and evaluate it, and develop it, implement it, and finally the monitor it. Okay, and step 2, identify the people at risk. Okay, this step 2, the who are the maybe the people at risk, because the different location, different people are the risky position. For example, the construction location. For example, if some guy is at home, he is not a risk, he is not at a risk condition, but he is at home. But who are working at the working environment location or maybe working area, those people only the risk. Okay, therefore the identify the people at risk, mostly the employees. Okay, the maintenance staff, and also some cleaners also, and contractors, maybe they visit the site, and some visitors also, the members of the public, maybe sometimes means passers, nothing but that location may be moving some guy here. Unfortunately, something is fallen here. This like This is the identify the people at risk. Okay, these are the employees, maintenance staff, cleaners, contractors, visitors. Okay, some of the public. Okay, okay. Shall I continue another 5 minutes, or I will stop it here? Your interest just only the please mentioned here the chat box. Okay, please the mention it here the chat box. I will continue or not. Okay, we'll stop. Okay, right. Okay, just 1 minute. I will stop here. Okay, just now in the 7:04. Okay, I will stop just only 1 minute after. Right. Next, the vulnerable groups, the people at specific maybe the risk, the special risks are there. For example, these people are the vulnerable group. Nothing but very danger locations. The younger people are new or expectant mothers, maybe the pregnant ladies, okay, and also disabled workers. Disabled workers are lone workers, mostly the working at the very danger locations. These are the lone workers. Okay, the people at high risk, these are known as the vulnerable groups. Those are the young people, new expectant mothers, or pregnant ladies, or disabled workers, lone workers. Okay, maybe in this week also I will take the one session also, the other session. Please, your 5 people just only discuss it the internally, and please tell me maybe the if you need Wednesday or maybe Thursday, what you when you want, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, in these 3 days the one extra class I will take it, and also the same Saturday and the Friday and Saturday also same schedule, but only the extra one day I will take it the class 6 to 7 p.m. same time. Okay, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Please inform me. Okay, which time is your which date your best day? Okay, Tuesday or maybe the Wednesday or Thursday. Maybe
We
Thursday
can we
most.
can agree on the group, on the WhatsApp group. We can agree, yeah.
Okay, that's why you discuss all your 5 people, and you tell me the one day. Okay,
Okay.
right? Okay,
And I have one question. You did
okay.
not send the slide, the presentation. You said you will share it with us
Already
because
I sent it here because you are serious.
yeah, I am Siraj. Yeah.
Okay, that's why your mail ID is wrong. Please, just only chat box is once again. Please send me, or maybe WhatsApp group. Please send me your the mail ID because
This is why. Okay, I will
uh,
send you my email now.
okay, already all people are ordered got it automatically. But
This
only
is why
your
I did not get it.
okay. You please, please. I will send now also maybe. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Good. That's why please maybe send WhatsApp group. That is the better. Good.
I sent
Good.
already.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Best. Okay.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you. Maybe after within maybe 5 minutes I will send you your PPTs also. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. See you on. You discuss all of you, please, and tell me the one day, and I will conduct the one session for you, the 6 to 7 p.m. Okay. All the best, all of you. Good night, and stay home and stay safe. Okay. Bye. Bye. Bye.